we create applications that specialize in security and compliance. And those applications act on voice, so predominantly telephone calls. And then we sell these applications through some of the world's biggest telcos.
So, I mean, is there a legal precedent for some of what you do? So, I mean, is it sort of mandatory for companies to do the sort of things you do?
Yeah, very much so. So, some of the applications that we produce help companies with PCI compliance, which is the payment card industry's data security standards, which is something that's been coming in quite strongly over the last few years and helps companies to protect the data that they hold on their customers and mitigates some of the risk that pertains to holding that data. And there are other pieces of legislation and compliance that we help with some of our other products. So FCA compliance, Dodd-Frank's. Really, the whole area has been expanding considerably over the last many years. As people take data security more seriously, and the risks have been going up too with the amount of data that's stored and movement to IT services.
Because IT security is now one of the things that are on the sort of list of nightmares for most CEOs, CIOs at the moment. Do you think we're getting there now with the whole cloud security issue, mobile security? Where are we? Do you think are we keeping up with the bad guys, or?
Well, I think there's been a lot of positive movement. I think that there's an awareness that hasn't been there before, and it is something that gets discussed at board level in whatever size company you go and speak to. And that, of course, is a function of the severity of the risk. So there have been notable breaches. If you think about Target and others, they're very significant risks that companies take on when they hold data on behalf of their customers. So certainly the area is taken more seriously now, and as a consequence, there's a lot more effort and work that's put into securing services. But equally, you could argue that the threat is bigger too, as hackers, kind of get more intelligent ways of hacking, and the risk factors go up. Really, what this means is, if we think about the term cloud now, and as it's used widely, people mostly refer to the public cloud offerings, so that would be Azure and EC2. Where we say a private cloud, we're talking about infrastructure that's hosted that we are in control of. And the way we use the cloud and the public cloud is that we run our own infrastructure, and that's quite important for us for a number of reasons. Our business is firmly anchored in security and compliance, and it's very important to us that we've got the maximum amount of control over our infrastructure and systems, so that we can demonstrate, firstly to ourselves and secondly to our clients, that we have a good handle on the security. And it also bleeds into other regulations such as data residency laws that may be applicable to a state, or they may simply be applicable to an individual client. Where is my data? But that said, we do use the public cloud. So an example would be where we're stress testing our systems. We can roll out a huge array of test systems in the cloud and have them log into our actual system and start using it, so that we can stress test it and make sure that it behaves well under load. The two sides of things that we tend to deal with is security and then uptime of our services. When you're selling through telcos, you're talking about a lot of nines in terms of uptime. And so a lot of the effort that gets put into the platform is around that area. PCI started as a very pragmatic set of guidelines to help merchants protect data, and in fact it's an excellent standard. More than others, it really does go down to some detail, and the kind of actions that it suggests that companies take are very good for anyone, no matter what data you're holding. It's grown considerably over time, and it's grown in terms of complexity over time, and it's evolved, and it really constitutes quite a large burden, especially to large organisations, to try and keep a handle on their data and on the security of their data. So what we've seen in the last few years, certainly in our area of securing voice, is solutions that take away some of the heavy lifting of putting these controls around infrastructure. And what that really means is trying to reduce the risk, the overall risk. And the easiest way of doing that is effectively not to store the data in the first place, where you have to. If the bad guys come and break into your systems, the best possible outcome would be that there's nothing there for them to steal.